Guyanese government and the Guyana Teachers Union reach agreement to start negotiations to determine a multi-year agreement. While on the international scene, Reform UK leader Nigel Farage has defended his claim that the West provoked Russia's invasion of Ukraine, following condemnation from leaders across the political spectrum. While in sports, West Indies registered their first win of the Super 8 round of the ICC T20 World Cup yesterday. The details after this. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says that bad behavior by parents visiting any of the island's schools should not be tolerated, as it sets a poor example for students. Mr. Holness made the remarks while addressing pupils and faculty at the Exchange Old-Age School in Ocho St. Anne yesterday. The Prime Minister underscores that the school is not just a place to train children, but it is also a place for good discipline and good behavior, and for all who fall under the roof of the school. Mr. Holness further said that no parent or visitor should come on a school compound and behave in a reprehensible way that sends a signal to the entire society that the authority of the school, the authority of the teacher, the authority of the principal, and indeed the authority of law enforcement should be disrespected. The Prime Minister was responding to a video circulating online of a parent who was alleged to have been disruptive at a school and was taken into custody by law enforcement. He says that it is very distressing to see it being circulated and to read the comments in support of bad behavior. Mr. Holness laments that something has gone wrong in the society when persons can find ways to justify bad behavior on a school compound. According to Mr. Holness, the government has started to review the security of the island schools. He says all principals, teachers and parents should know that his administration does not support or tolerate bad behavior in schools. Justice Minister Delroy Chuck says the government remains committed to providing and expanding quality legal support services to members of the disabled community. The minister was speaking on Friday at the Legal Aid Council Justice Fair at Emancipation Park in New Kingston.
In collaboration with various stakeholders, including legal experts, disability rights advocates, and community organizations, we have already begun to develop and implement strategies towards the following: enhance the accessibility of legal aid services through various channels, including physical accessibility, communication support, such as sign language, interpreters, and accessibility formats, and remote access options. We are providing training and resources to legal professionals, including attorneys, to equip them with the skills and knowledge necessary to effectively support persons with disabilities.
Data from the Jamaica Council for Parents with Disabilities indicates, data from the Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities indicates that there are 16,223 registered persons with disabilities in the population. Minister Chuck says significant strides are being made to provide a more inclusive policy development framework to protect the rights of persons with disabilities.
Advocating for policies that protect and promote the rights of persons with disabilities, ensuring their voices are heard in the legal and policy-making processes. We are conducting awareness campaigns and outreach programs to empower persons with disabilities with knowledge about their rights and available legal resources.
Justice Minister Delroy Chuck. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has disclosed that the government is looking to redevelop the town of Ocho Rios in St. Anne to accommodate its rapid growth. While addressing vendors and other stakeholders during a tour of the Ocho Rios market on Friday, June 21, Mr. Holness said that due to the size of $1 billion in investment that is expected to come on stream, the entire town of Ocho Rios is being looked at for redevelopment. Mr. Holness further stated that the infrastructure in the town cannot carry all the activities, therefore the administration is going to have to do serious investments. He said the first investment that is needed is to improve the market. Mr. Holness said that plans to upgrade the market and transportation center will be put into effect in short order. According to the Prime Minister, for the last 5 years, his administration has been refining a plan which will see the upgrading of the market, the transportation center, the clothes and food market, as well as the craft market. The tour of the market formed part of a working visit to the parish by Mr. Holness, which included a tour of a new classroom block being constructed at Exchange All-Age School and a tour of the Oteros Pier to examine the recent damage. He also visited Pimento Walk Road to look at roadwork in the area and toured Little Duns River. Customs brokers are raising concerns about the Jamaica Customs Agency's continued advertising of contactless customs clearance activities in the face of a restraining order from the Supreme Court. President of the Customs Brokers and Freight Forwarders Association of Jamaica, CBFFAJ, Marcia Bent, says the advertisement was placed in one of the daily newspapers on Friday, June 21. This is after a Supreme Court Justice, Andrea Thomas, recently granted an injunction to restrain the Jamaica Customs Agency's mandatory implementation of the contactless clearance process until the hearing of the application for judicial review. The injunction was granted just a week ago on June 12. The Customs Group is represented in the matter by King's Counsel M. Georgia Gibson Henlon and Stephanie A. Williams. Ms. Ben says it's profoundly alarming that Jamaica Customs is still running the advertisement in clear violation of an order from the High Court. She hopes the advertisement was an administrative error on the part of the Jamaica Customs Agency and, if so, expects a quick retraction. To news in the region, the government of Guyana and the Guyana Teachers Union, GTU, have come to an agreement to start negotiations to determine a multi-year agreement. The strike, which has been ongoing for over 2 months, was finally called off on Friday, and next week the teachers will return to their classrooms. The Ministry of Education and the Guyana Teachers Union signed an agreement of resumption at the Ministry of Labour on Friday after months of mediation talks about the terms of their multi-year agreement. The Chief Labour Officer, Deshana Dianarine, who acted as the process's coordinator, also countersigned it. On the international scene, Nigel Farage has defended his claim that the West provoked Russia's invasion of the Ukraine, following condemnation from leaders across the political spectrum. Writing in the Daily Telegraph, the Reform UK leader said he had never been an apologist or supporter of Russian President Vladimir Putin, but that if you poke the Russian bear with a stick, don't be surprised if he responds. In an earlier BBC Panorama interview, Mr. Farage said the war was, of course, Mr. Putin's fault, but that the expansion of the EU and NATO had given him a reason to tell the Russian people they're coming for us again. Responding to the interview, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak said the comment was completely wrong and only plays into Putin's hands, accusing Mr. Farage of appeasement that was dangerous for Britain's security. Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer described the comments as disgraceful, while Lib Dem leader Sir Ed Davey called Mr. Farage an apologist for Putin. The SNP said it was an insult to all Ukrainians who have suffered. Let's now turn to sports. West Indies registered their first win of the Super 8 round of the ICC T20 World Cup yesterday. The Caribbean men beat fellow co-hosts USA by 9 wickets in St. Lucia. Batting first, USA were bowled out for 128 off 20 overs. Andreas Goose made 29 and Nitish Kumar 20. Andre Russell and Ruston Chase took 3 wickets each. In reply, the West Indies, they made 131 for 1. Shea Hope made an unbeaten 82 off 39 balls, while Johnson Charles made 15 and Nicholas Poran 27 not out. And now for a recap of the top stories making the news at 5. Prime Minister Andrew Holness condemns bad behaviour of parents who visit schools. Justice Minister Delroy Chuck says the government remains committed to providing and expanding quality legal support services to members of the disabled community. Customs brokers are raising concerns about the Jamaica Customs Agency's continued advertising of contactless customs clearance services in the face of a restraining order from the Supreme Court. I'm Andrew Cannon. You can find the news on our website at nationwideradiojm.com and on the Nationwide app available on Google Play and the App Store. News is next at 9 tomorrow morning. But stay tuned because Wayne Walker and Eric Swaby are up next with Sports Nation Live.
Nationwide 90 FM is at it again. Team Revolution will clear every hurdle and sprint to the finish line as we cover the games of the 33rd Olympiad from Paris, the city of love.
Winning by daylight and setting a world record, 9.68. The wind is okay.
Nationwide's coverage is powered by our diamond sponsor, KFC. It's finger-licking good across all locations island-wide.
After months of preparation, Jamaica's top athletes clash at the J3A Puma National Senior and Junior Championship, June 27 to 30. 4 days of intense action will determine who's ready for the Summer Olympics in Paris. Tickets are available at Jamaica Pegasus, National Stadium Ticket Office, and MysticOnlineTix.com. Season ticket finish line, 8,000. Season tickets regular grandstand, 6,500. Daily tickets range from 1,000 to 3,500. Tickets go on sale at the Pegasus and the Stadium Ticket Office, Monday, June 24, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. The J3A Puma National Senior and Junior Championships, June 27 to 30 at the National Stadium. It will be sensational.
This summer, transform your summer body with the Express Fitness Gym. For just $9,500 on AutoPay, you'll get access to all our locations 24/7. Enjoy free classes, fully air-conditioned facilities, showers, and changing rooms. Plus, our certified trainers are here to help you reach your goals. Visit Express Fitness Gym today. Your goal is our mission. Find a location near you or sign up now at pay.expressfitnessja.com.
Come into the parlor, there's a welcome there for you.
Welcome to the Mayor's Parlor with Desmond McKenzie.
From 1 to 6 p.m. every Sunday, you'll now get more of your favorite vintage music.
Put your head on my shoulder.
Nationwide 90 FM will transform your Sunday into a musical time machine that will take you way back.
Come with me, let's go back in time.
This magic moment.
Journey into yesteryear with Desmond McKenzie in the Mayor's Parlor.
I've got the music to jog your memory and make you smile.
Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the best in vintage music.
Come into the Mayor's Parlor every Sunday between 1 and 6 p.m. here on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media.
Okay, good afternoon. It's Saturday, June 2024. If you bowl it, we'll hit it for 6. If you pass it, we'll score it. Give us a pool, we'll dive in, and as fast as the starters gun fires, we're at that finish line. I'm Alex Traver. This is Sports Station Live on Nationwide 90 FM, nationwidejm.com, and Flow Channel 916. You can also tune in to our program live on our YouTube channel, Nationwide 90 FM, and remember to like, subscribe, and share our content. Coming up, we have another packed and exciting show lined up for you. We'll be talking track and field, golf, football, and much more. But first, an athletics lesson from 1 Corinthians 9, verse 24.
1 Corinthians 9, verse 24. Do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. Did you notice when reading this verse that it doesn't say you must win or you will win? It is actually telling us that the kind of effort and dedication victory requires. Competing with integrity is the key here. Anyone can cheat and win, but what does that do us morally? It's not about winning at all costs or abandoning your values to do anything it takes to win. This is telling us we need to perform at our absolute best and have the self-discipline to compete in a focused, well-practiced, and strategic manner. If we do that, we will perform in such a way that will be nearly impossible to beat. Will we get beat sometimes? Absolutely. However, in performing with honor, we can feel victorious even in a loss.
Okay, so that was our athletics lesson from 1 Corinthians 9, verse 24. No, feature, you just had to be there. We relive Calabar's Tyreek Wilson winning the Class 1 Boys 100 meters final at the 2018 Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Championships.
Down in their blocks. Set. Sent on their way now. Javon Madison got a fairly good start. Stevens is trying to come on. Tyreek Wilson. Madison pulls up. Tyreek Wilson. Oh, what drama. Wilson. And from Jamaica College, Raheem Robertson was in there. It's a blanket finish. Very, very tight, but I think Tyreek Wilson may have squeezed out the gold medal. Yes, he did. 10-21 from Calabar. Tyreek Wilson. New personal best for him. Robertson takes silver. But what drama we had.
Okay, so that was our feature. You just had to be there, where we relive Calabar's Tyreek Wilson win the Class 1 Boys 100 meters final at the 2018 Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Championships, ordered there courtesy of TVJ. With that, we take a quick break and we'll come back with more here on Sports Nation Live.
The Ministry of Local Government and Community Development launches the Youth Summer Employment Program YSEP at the William Knibb Auditorium on Friday, June 28, 2024. Tune in to the entertainment block as they broadcast from the launch from 1 to 5 p.m. Come and find out how YSEP has contributed to over 40,000 youth employment opportunities and hear from the Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness. That's a live broadcast of the Youth Summer Employment Program launch June 28 during the entertainment block from 1 to 5 p.m. only on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. This broadcast is brought to you by the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development.
Get ready for a show like no other. That's right. Every Sunday from 8:15 p.m. to 9:15 p.m., we're bringing you the Harvest Hour, only on Nationwide 90 FM. Join us as we dive into a soothing religious program created for your mind, body, and soul. The World Harvest Mission Church, creators of the Harvest Hour, is dedicated to making your Sundays God-fearing and saintly. Get a front row seat to moving sermons and affectionate worshiping. That's the Harvest Hour, every Sunday from 8:15 p.m. to 9:15 p.m. only on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media.
Come into the parlor, there's a welcome there for you.
Welcome to the Mayor's Parlor with Desmond McKenzie.
From 1 to 6 p.m. every Sunday, you'll now get more of your favorite vintage music.
Put your head on my shoulder.
Nationwide 90 FM will transform your Sunday into a musical time machine that will take you way back.
Come with me. Let's go back in time.
This magic moment.
Journey into yesteryear with Desmond McKenzie in the Mayor's Parlor.
I've got the music to jog your memory and make you smile.
Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the best in vintage music.
Come into the Mayor's Parlor every Sunday between 1 and 6 p.m. here on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media.
Informative, educational, insightful. Let's talk justice.
tackling topics like constitutional rights and reform, domestic violence, and rights issues that affect you. Let's Talk Justice every Monday starting June 24 from 1 to 2 p.m. on Nationwide 90 FM. Call in, share your thoughts, be empowered, know your rights, and let's talk justice, ensuring access to justice for all, courtesy of Jamaicans for Justice.
But is this real? Hey Greg, come look at this. Oh my, it's happening. Mr. Daniels, the numbers keep getting bigger and bigger.
Sir, the clicks are off the charts.
Hello, sales? What's the emergency? 9,000 clicks in one day? 3,000 order? So how much we have left? What? I soon call you back. Mr. Nakamoto, it's Danny from Jamaica. I need 5,000 of the big ones. We're back in business.
Yes, sir. Arigato. Suene. Amplify your brand. Let Nationwide 90 FM assist you in tapping into a captivated audience across our social media platforms. For more information, contact us at 876-630-1210 or sales@nationwidenewsnetwork.com. Businesses, companies, and entrepreneurs. Let's supercharge your brand.
Okay, good afternoon. Welcome back to Sports Nation Live. I'm Alric Swaby, working with Kevin Williams on the other side of the glass, my technical operator. We'll be going over to the Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence, where we'll join Wayne Walker. He's at the semifinals of the JFF Women's Knockout Football Competition. Wayne, good afternoon. Wayne, are you hearing me? Hello, Wayne?
Hey, yeah, good afternoon.
It sounds like you're at a party instead of the football match.
We just witnessed the opening semi-final in the Jamaica Women's Knockout Competition. And listen to this, I run the risk of being called a liar, but 21 goals were scored here today, and they were all by the same team. It Fraser's with who scored 21 over the Real Madrid team. So it's a long journey back to Montego Bay for the I've almost said Real Madrid, but you'll never hear Real Madrid get anything like that. So it's Fraser's with 21-0 in the semi-final. It's a one-legged semi-final, so they're through to the final of the Women's League, and they were really awesome today. Christina Salmon, she got 4 goals. Chanel Buckley got 4. Davia Richards 3, Destiny Powell 3, and there was 2 for Nevelia Gale Abel, and it was, as I say, a massacre here at the Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence. The second semi-final is coming up shortly, and it will be Malgully FC against Arnett Guards. We just watched them warming up, and they're looking to take the field in a short time as we watch the Fraser's team warm down after the demolition job on this Real Madrid team. I thought Xavier Gilbert was the coach, you know, and when I went to him just now, he said, no, here's the man. I'm going to ask the man to introduce himself to you, Coach. Congratulations on this massive victory. It couldn't be good watching for you. 21, it's just too much.
Thank you very much. Name Everett Campbell. Well, as I said, David Gilbert is my technical director, right? I'm the head coach. I learned a lot from him. So it was an awesome job done today. You see the girls are experienced and passing the ball and scoring those beautiful goals. Once in the semi-final, they're going to come out and show. And they show today that they are one of the best female team in the country.
Yeah. It's not the best.
Well, I think the best. Yeah. I'm not going to overrate them. You understand? Because we have work to be done. We have the CONCACAF coming up. So we are just showing that we have the best can go far.
Mm-hmm. You're right, because there was one particular goal, I think it was goal number 16. The movement was just some stuff. The passing of the football, it's almost like tick-a-tack of football, and they ended up putting it in the back of the net. So people might hear 21-0 and thought it was just a run over. It was also beautiful football to watch at points.
I'm glad you are here today to see it and to see that we are playing some football. But we are trying to get the right things done and do it the right way. Yeah. I'm not speaking of the goal today.
Yeah. You're also in the league. You're still in the league and doing very well and looking to retain that title.
Yes, we are also in the semi-final of the league coming up next week. Doing our best to win back the team so
how much of a break you'll have between, how much of a break you'll have in between these two competitions to get ready for the Concacaf?
Well, I don't want to break, you understand, but the function are so close. So let us do the best we can do for us.
Okay, so that's Wayne Walker, the Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence. We're trying to rejoin him because we're having a bit of difficulty. Let's take a break and come back with more here on Sports Nation Live.
Outperform, outlast, with top performance, Jackama, reliable, full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electrician. Fan select tools, 3 parts and 3 repairs. 3 parts, 3 repairs. 2 to 3 years. Hilton, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-6111-4. Delta Supply, we service what we sell.
Taste it, eat it, drink it, applaud it. The 25th staging of the Jamaica Observer Tabletop Food Awards, the Caribbean's premier culinary event, powered by MasterCard, takes place Thursday, June 27th, Devon House. The one-night-only evening of excellence in food creation, service and event decor is sponsored by Tasty, Tourism Enhancement Fund, Red Stripe, Johnny Walker, Sagicor, The Best Dressed Chicken, Appleton Estate, Pepsi, Suppligent, Eve, Gold Silver Cinco, Rainforest, Main Event, Island Car Rentals, King Alarm, Megamart and Derriman Trading. Adults 18 years and over. Drink responsibly.
Okay, welcome back to Sports Station Live. I'm Alex. We'll be working with Kevin Williams on the other side of the glass. Let's rejoin Wayne Walker at the Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence. We seem to have lost him. We're going to try and reconnect with him again, because he was giving us some good information as it relates to what's been happening in the semifinals one of the Jamaica Football Federation Women's Knockout Football Competition. Up there, as we said earlier, the Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence. 21 goals was scored. Wayne, you're back with us?
Yes, Alex. As I was telling you, the second semifinal is just about to get underway. I was explaining to you that it's unfortunate that at these major sporting events, the music man has precedence. Post games, they don't allow for interviews to take place. And even though you complain to the organizers, nothing is done about it. Once the game is over, they're good. And I think they should at least block the first 20 or 10 minutes after each game so the media can conduct its interviews, not only in a quiet place, but also, just like you just mentioned, about the unfriendly nature of the lyrical content of what we're hearing.
Right.
It is what it is at the moment until they can understand the importance of it. But yeah, it was really a massacre. It was one-way traffic for the Fraserwood team. As I said to you, they are the defending champions. For many people, the best team in the country. And at times, though it's 21-0, they looked as if they touched the heights. Their football looked good. And Real Mobay, it was just a sorry sight. And it begs the question, how do you get to a semi-final and then you win 21-0 in the major knockout competition in the country? And it begs the question, and you start to wonder if we'll ever see national players emerging from our league to get into the national team.
And I suppose this answers the question, but many people ask, why can't local players get into the national team? They have to be going overseas for them. And things like these, this is what happens. And
I was I
really,
was
really
I was
unfortunate.
I was going to ask you the same thing. I mean, this is a semifinals. Fraser's Whip is a quality team, and you expect them to win. They went in as a favorites, but I don't see a team losing 21-0 in a semifinals. That says a lot about the league and the other teams that are in the league.
Right. As I mentioned, it's going to take a while. I mean, the funding is not there for women's football. Many times the league has had to be delayed because they can't find funding. I'm just watching the Real Madrid coach, having a chat with his players, and I'm tempted to intervene, but it's I'm sure not the greatest of moments as we speak. I don't know what he's going to say to them. I don't know what he's actually saying to them. I don't think he can say anything to them, really. I mean, after 21-0, you probably just want the players to just take time, a bit of time for themselves. So, reflect. And then maybe after that, they probably could have a chat with him. But, it is what it is. The second semi-final is about to get on the way. It's Arnett against Mile Valley FC. If we could just hold on for about a minute or so, let's see if we could get a quick chat with the Real Madrid coach. At the moment, the national anthem is being played, and so everybody at the moment is at attention. So I'm just awaiting the end of it to sort of slip over and asking for a quick reaction to what happened here and what happened here today. Yeah, this linger.
This may be a redundant question, but did Real Madrid put up any form of resistance? 21-0 suggests not, but from what you saw.
Absolutely not. There wasn't even a shot on goal in the entire second half. I can't remember them crossing the line of Fraser's Whip any time in the second half. And I mean it. Literally not getting into Fraser's Whip half for the entire second half, let alone to get a shot on goal. But, we're trying to get the attention of the coach and let's see what he has to say.
21-0. Fraser's Whip will be Jamaica's representative at the club level in the CONCACAF competition. Does that performance augurs well for them?
Yeah. I don't know if it. You see, I don't know what's the quality they're going to be facing when they go overseas. I don't know if they're the best team in the country. Because Arnett and Mile Valley FC will be here as well. We have a representative from the Real Madrid team. We're live on Nationwide 90 FM. We'll be sort of giving a report on the first semi-final. I don't know if you could give me a word or two. Well, I don't know if the coach, because we're live, if you could just take us time and give us 2 minutes. Yeah. So Alric, I'm sort of negotiating with the coach. I don't want to take him away from his players. He's having a quick chat now. So let's see if he could come over and have a chat with us. But yeah, I'm not sure if they are the best team in the country. They may very well be. I mean, as I say, there are times that their football look really, really good. But then again, how switched on were they? How often their concentration was broken in the game, seeing that it was totally dominant and running roughshod over the team. You can lose concentration in situations like these, and for them to end up winning by 1-0, it tells you that for most of the game they were switched on. It looked like a training session, to be honest with you. And I think it is something that they need to look into. There's no way you come to a semi-final. And you know what the funny thing is, this kind of scoreline is reflected in regular season play. There are times when we hear scores 18-0, 19-0, 20-0, and now in a semi-final 21-0. It is something they need to take a look at in women's football. I don't think it's moving forward, and I think they need to sit and have a serious, real look at how we go about the women's game in Jamaica. And I mean, a result like this is, I think the coach is coming now. Yeah, a result like this begs for the coach is coming my way. So I'm going to have a quick chat with him. Coach, thanks for stepping away from your team to have a quick chat with us. Well, live on Nationwide 9 FM on support. Put it into yourself. Marvin Peterson, Sports Room. Yeah. All right, Coach Peterson, 21 years. Can't look good. It doesn't matter which side you look at it from. It's a semi-final, like this kind of result. What went for you today?
So many. We stick to the game plan and the country from every when it comes to. But it looks more like more than just sticking to the game. You don't stick to the game, so you need title. Anyway, you'll probably see it that way, but as I said again, the game plan is here. One of the most people to be able to come and play and accept from the we're not winning that, but again, it's not still the football, but again, we just have to go back and start playing wrong and come across. Is it first playing on the circle? Actually, it's the second time, so when we're doing that, again, we will find means and ways out to get to meet the separation when we come to this. Let's say we must not be congratulated. I mean, this performance today was really awful, but generally, it must have been a good. Pretty much also we're missing a few players as a fan studio and have to look at that today. We're missing a few players, but again, we continue to look around to try and go to potential that we are able to go and are you worried about the local game? No. Only thing I'm really worried about is the support for the continental sport. And start to come up and support the world in helping building women's sport and why do you think of it?
Okay, so that's Wayne Walker speaking with the coach of Mobay, not Mobay, the Mobay women's football team. They just went down 21-0 against Fraser's Whip in the JFF knockout football competition semi-finals. But unfortunately, we've developed some difficulty with Wayne's connecting with Wayne, so we have to break and we come back with more here on Sports Nation Live.
After months of preparation, Jamaican athletes will clash at the J3A Puma National Senior and Junior Championships at the National Stadium, June 27 to 30. For tickets to the Summer Olympics in Paris, Olympic champion Hansel Parchment, plus Oblique Seville headline the men's division, which also includes Rashid Broadbell, Rashawn Clark, Jaden Hibbert, Akeem Blake, Johan Blake, and Julian Fort. Olympic and world champions Sharika Jackson, Elaine Thompson-Hara, and Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, along with Rochelle Clayton, Shanika Ricketts, and Danielle Williams, will make the action pulsating on the women's side. That's the J3A Puma National Senior and Junior Championships, June 27 to 30 at the National Stadium. It will be sensational.
My name is Dujan. I come from Appleton Basic School. My Olympic hero is Usain Bolt.
Away cleanly. Bolt has got a very good start indeed.
One of my mottos is that, anything is possible. Don't think limits on that. And I feel that I've proven that throughout the years. I never thought I would be this great at what I've done. But I want to say to the young kids growing up, just live your dream. Work hard, stay focused, and just be strong and just keep on pushing and it will come true. So thank you.
Watch the clock. It's goal for Bolt. And again, he's done it again. A new world record for Usain Bolt.
Stay tuned to the Paris Olympics at Nationwide 90 FM.
Come into the parlor, there's a welcome there for you.
Welcome to the Mayor's Parlor with Desmond McKenzie.
From 1 to 6 p.m. every Sunday, you'll now get more of your favorite vintage music.
Put your head on my shoulder.
Nationwide 90 FM will transform your Sunday into a musical time machine that will take you way back.
Come with me. Let's go back in time.
This magic moment.
Journey into yesteryear with Desmond McKenzie in the Mayor's Parlor.
I've got the music to jog your memory and make you smile.
Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the best in vintage music.
Coming to the Mayor's Parlor every Sunday between 1 and 6 p.m. Here on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media.
Get ready for a show like no other. That's right. Every Sunday from 8:15 p.m. to 9:15 p.m., we're bringing you the Harvest Hour, only on Nationwide 90 FM. Join us as we dive into a soothing religious program created for your mind, body, and soul. The World Harvest Mission Church, creators of the Harvest Hour, is dedicated to making your Sundays God-fearing and saintly. Get a front row seat to moving sermons and affectionate worshiping. That's the Harvest Hour, every Sunday from 8:15 p.m. to 9:15 p.m. only on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media.
Experience Jamaica's Olympic triumphs in Jamaica Gold, a golden spotlight.
Brought to you by Horton's Pharmacy. Horton's RX Back for better medication management.
After Donald Quarry's triumph in the men's 200 meters final at the 1976 Games, Jamaica's athletes would go another 20 years without winning Olympic gold. That cycle was ended in style by Dion Hemmings at the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta. Hemmings became the first ever Jamaican woman to win Olympic gold, taking the 400 meters hurdles in an Olympic record of 52.82 seconds.
And the world champions coming back on Hemmings now, and Beaufort on the inside. They're absolutely neck and neck, and Hemmings, is she strong enough to take this Olympic title? Batten on the near side, she's stuttered in. Hemmings and Batten, and these three, and Hemmings is going to do it. Hemmings wins it, she's the champion. Batten the silver medalist, Beaufort Bailey the bronze, 52.82, a personal best, a new Olympic record. She's always promised it, but this year she could hurdle. And this year she proved she had the strength. Bronze medalist last time, gold medalist this time. Dion Hemmings is the Olympic champion.
You just experienced a Jamaican Olympic triumph in Jamaica Gold, a golden spotlight.
Brought to you by Horton's Pharmacy. Horton's RX Back for better medication management.
Okay, good afternoon and welcome back to Sports Nation Live. I'm Alex Ribby working with Kevin Williams on the other side of the glass. Now we'll be talking some football as Chapelton Maroons and Racing United will go head-to-head in the final of the Jamaica Football Championships at the Captain Horace Burrell Centre of Excellence on Sunday. Racing and Chapelton gained promotion to the Jamaica Premier League by virtue of qualifying for the final. Now we have online the coach of both teams, Bijan Thomas of Chapelton Maroons and Racing United's Anthony Patrick. Gentlemen, good evening and good afternoon and welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure.
Afternoon. Thanks for having me. And blessings, coach.
Blessings, Bijan. That man.
Okay, coaches. Let me start with you, Bijan. I'm Racing United, first time in the Premier League. But before we go to the Premier League, let's look at the finals on Sunday. Racing United, Chapelton Maroons. You'll be going up against a former Premier League team. But tell me what's the mood like in the camp, your camp?
The players are a bit excited. They know they're going up against a good team, and a lot of them are young, and it's a final, so they're excited and ready to go.
Right, and for you, Coach Patrick, what's the mood like amongst your players?
It's a very good mood. I can't complain, and I must say, I must say, congrats to Bijan and taking captain to the Premier League, and but it's going to be a keen game. I think we the 2 times we met, it's a really good football day, so it's going to be a good game tomorrow.
Right, and I'm going to ask both of you this question as well. One of the main objectives of this competition is to qualify for the Premier League, the country's top football competition. You have both qualified. Tell me, going into this matchup, are you just as hungry for the title with knowing that you have already qualified for the Premier League? Let me start with you, Bijan. Bijan?
Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you now.
Yes, I wouldn't say to say we're just as hungry would be a lie, because the main aim was to qualify for the Premier League.
Right.
But I think one of the things that is good is that we have a lot of youngsters who this should be a situation they could win a trophy, and because of that they're excited. But I don't think it's going to be the same hunger, but I expect good football.
Right. And yourself, Anthony Patrick, what's the motivation going into this final?
Definitely, it's the same. The main objective was to reach the Premier League. It's the first time for Racing United. And the players, they have a very good bunch of youngsters. And but the main thing again is to qualify for the Premier League. But we are upbeat, and I want to give some more youngsters tomorrow more opportunity on the pitch.
Right, and tell me, come tomorrow. When we spoke earlier this week, you weren't pleased with your players, your strikers, shooting ability in the last 2 matches. Is this something that you are looking to reignite the scoring potential of your strikers? 20-odd goals during the course of the season, and you weren't able to score during the last 2 matches, the semifinals. And Coach Patrick, is this something that you want to see, something that you have been practicing to see more goals in this final?
Yeah, definitely. The hunger they wanted to make an impact, especially the youngsters, who will get more opportunity, more time on the pitch tomorrow. And I must say, our attacking force, a very good attacking force, a very young bunch. Again, our main centre forward, Raheem Edwards, was on the score sheet in the last 2 games, and he's eager and want to get on the score sheet.
Right, and Bijan, I'm gathering that you may be losing a couple of your players due to scholarship and stuff like that. What does this mean for your team going forward?
In terms of that, we just have to sit down and plan. We have started planning. We just have to sit down as a team and decide what's the best thing to do going forward.
Right, and come tomorrow at the Captain Horace Burrell Centre of Excellence. What's your thought on playing the finals at the Captain Horace Burrell Centre of Excellence, Abidjan?
I don't really have any thoughts towards, we're just happy to be in the finals, and we just want to put our best foot forward.
Right, and when you look at this matchup, what do you think will be key for Chapelton Maroons to come out on top?
Well, I think the most important thing is for us to keep our heads. We're playing against the team that is the leading goal scorer, so we have to defend well and see how best we can hurt them.
Right, and Coach Patrick, what's key for your team to come out on top, Racing United?
The key thing is just for us to get on the score sheet. We have been creating a whole lot of chances in the last 2 semi-final games. We created a numerous amount of chances. But we weren't able to score in the last game. We get 2 in the first game, and that was enough to take us to the Premier League and into the final. But I said the youngsters, things will happen. I hope they have a good day tomorrow.
Right, and in terms of fan support, Coach Patrick, what's the support like for Racing United?
I must say, there's a bumper crowd at the arena last Sunday. We two supporters bus, and a whole lot of van and car, went down to the arena last Sunday. So we full the stadium before the arena supporters reach.
Wow.
So, expect a bumper crowd tomorrow.
Right, and Bijan, when Capital Maroons was in the Premier League, they had a good following. Have they maintained that support now that they have fallen from the country's top league?
Yes, we do have a strong support base. As you know, we're based in Clarendon, and there are a lot of schools in Clarendon that are highly supported, and we have players from past students and current players from those schools. So we have a few fans, which I'm grateful for.
One of the challenges that Capital Maroons had last year, I know you weren't at the helm of the coaching team then, when they were in, not last year, but when they were in the Premier League, was the fact that they weren't able to use some of their schoolboy players in the Premier League. So the team was a bit weakened. I'm sure you would have heard of this and would have put things in place to ensure that this doesn't happen again?
Yes, I heard of what happened, and we, myself and the other coaches and the management team, as I say, are making plans to prepare that we don't make the same mistake again.
Right. And to come back to you, Coach Patrick, Racing United, let's look ahead to the Premier League season. Racing United, first time in the Premier League. You know the challenges that these teams have when they're promoted. One of the major challenges is finance and getting the right players and everything right for the team to stay up in the top league. What are some of the measures that yourself and the management team would have put in place to mitigate against this?
Well, I must say that these set of youngsters have been playing from 2017, 2018, 2019 together. We're just going to make a few adjustments, probably bringing about 6, players that with experience. But I said, when I say 6 players, I don't mean players that are over certain age limit. We're looking at between 20 to 25. That age limit with Premier League experience and so forth. So things are going good. We have putting things in place. The management staff are working overtime already, and myself and the other coaches. So hopefully, we can give a good showing. Premier League start in September.
Right, and Bijan, or what have you and the management staff at Chaperton Maroons put in place to ensure that this time when Chaperton goes up into the Premier League, you don't come down back the same season?
Well, I wouldn't say that we have put anything in place as yet, but we have started talking to see the best way forward because it's not a one-person decision. I want to sit down with calm heads and just make the right decisions for the club.
Right. And the fact that you have qualified for the Premier League, the Jamaica Premier League, what's the talk around the camp? What's the mood like? What in the community? What's the view from the players, community members, the management team?
Definitely, the mood is quite good. The community, I think the community deserves it. The passion that they have for football, and the players that are there, some young, exciting players that have talent that just need the platform to showcase their talent. So the mood is quite good.
Right. And Anthony Patrick, another team from St. Catherine in the Jamaica Premier League. There must be a lot of excitement in that region.
Yeah, definitely. When I look where we're relocated in Portmore, it's where as there's some violence that's up and down at times. So it's to get the community together now and get all the support and get the community to start to rally around the team and get that calmness in our own community. If I remember, well, the youngsters are here that can play football, but based on the violence, this is a good thing now to try and make a big impact as well as changes in the community.
Right. And this question is for both of you, but I'm going to start with you, Coach Patrick. You're in the Premier League. Entering any competition, the main goal is to win it. But what are some of the other goals that you are setting for Racing United? And you, Coach Bijan, for Chappleton Maroons. But let me start with you, Coach Patrick. What are some of the objectives that you are setting for Racing going into the Premier League?
Well, our main objective is to try and do what you have to do to stay in the Premier League. Not a one-off show that we can, be there 24, 25 season. 2024, 25, now 2025, 26 season. That is the most important goal that we're looking at.
Right, and Bijan, what's some of the goals you're setting for Chappleton Maroons?
Presently, the only thing that we've really spoken about is that we want to start strong. The last time the club was in the Premier League, we did not have a strong start, so that is what we're really focusing on.
Right. And Coach Patrick, Racing United, first time in the Premier League, like we have said earlier. The transfer window will be opening soon. Are you looking to invest in new personnel? What are some of the areas that you think you will have to improve on going into the Premier League?
Definitely, where the defensive unit is concerned, I think we we'll take about two or three defenders in probably one or two in the middle of the field and one up front. We're not really looking at a broad base and a wide scale of players. As Bijan said, want to start strong. That is very, very important. But the good thing about it, for the last two seasons, especially this one, all our preparation, all we focus on playing all the Premier League team like a Portmore United, Harbourview, Waterhouse, Mount Pleasant, and then we give some good showing. We have a lot of quality and some good showing against those teams. So I think that's the most important thing is to start strong, and these players now, get a taste by playing against those teams 2-3 times for the season.
Right, and Coach Bijan, what in terms of the transfer window, how heavily will you be in the transfer market? Bear in mind that you'll be losing a couple of players due to scholarship, as well as those that will be going back to the home team that you would have been using on loan.
To be honest, we're not sure as yet. If I was to give you an answer right now, it would be something made up. As I said, we're going to sit down and talk amongst us as coaches with the management staff and see how best we can move forward.
Right. And let me go back to tomorrow's final. I'm going to throw this to you first, Coach Patrick. What would you love to say to your supporters to encourage them to come out tomorrow, as they have been throughout the season, to give their support to Racing United?
Well, the thing is that we just want to say to them that let's come tomorrow. We put on a good show for them. We expect the two teams to play quality football, and that is an important thing.
Right, and you, Coach Bijan?
Firstly, I want to thank them for the support throughout the season. A lot of tough love, but we know that their heart is in the right place, and we just want to ask them to come out, and we'll try our best to give them a good game.
Right, and let me ask you, both of you, this again. I'm starting with you, Coach Bijan. In terms of the whole organizing and execution of the Jamaica Football Championships, how would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, and why?
I would say 8. And the reason why I'd give it an 8 is I said it in a previous interview, the caliber of the league before we started the season, I didn't realize that the league was so difficult. Not saying that we thought it would have been easy, but the quality of players, when you look at the racing team, when you look at the Reno team, when you look at True Juice, when you look at a team like Baptist, there's a lot of quality players there.
Right. And you, Coach Patrick?
Yeah, I'm definitely the same. I rate about 8 because a lot of quality teams in it. And it could go anyway if any 4 teams could have made it to the semi-final without us because a lot of quality. As the coach said about a Baptist Alliance, a Brownstown, a True Juice, and those teams are really good quality teams and, some good football we played. It was really, really tough, I must say.
And Coach Bijan, throughout the season, which of the teams surprised you the most?
I would, if I was to choose a team, I would say Petersfield.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, Petersfield was a very difficult team, especially away, and they really surprised us.
Right, and you, Coach Patrick, any team surprised you?
Well, the same thing. Petersfield, because the first game we defeated them about a 5 or 6-1 at home, our home game, and then down to Petersfield, we lost 1-0.